But still on COVID-19, West Africa's Center for Cell Biology of Infectious Pathogens and other top scientists from around the globe are expected to publicize research findings on infectious and uncommunicable diseases, including the raging COVID-19 at the WAC-BIP conference. This year's theme is Building Sustainable Research Capacity in Africa Lessons from the Pandemic. At the event, WAC-BIP researchers will reveal findings of the COVID-19 and various variants in Ghana, which is expected to inform policy making. Now, joining us in the studio for more is Dr. Peter Kwashi, a senior research fellow at WAC-BIP, and Andrew Muniru Nantogma, who is communications manager at WAC-BIP. I'm grateful, gentlemen, that you joined us.
Thank you.
Who should I start with? Let me start with you, Nantogma. When and where is this conference happening?
So the conference starts tomorrow, Wednesday, 21st July, and ends on Friday, 23rd July, at the University of Ghana campus.
Your outfit, WAC-BIP, has done a lot of sequencing since COVID-19 came up. Even before I talk about the conference, what is your recent updates or sequencing with the Delta variant, which is ravaging people and increasing the cases in Ghana?
Right. So, yeah, since the outbreak started, we've been doing a lot of sequencing, like you said. And currently, looking at the samples that we are getting across the country, what is worrying is that, especially in patients at the treatment centers, the Delta variant is dominating cases. So it's not the only variant that's circulating, but it really, we have evidence that shows that it has become entrenched and it's responsible for these symptomatic cases that we are seeing in what we don't want to call a third wave.
You don't want to call what, the third wave?
Yes.
But it's already
responsible for the rising cases. Let's just put it that way.
Okay. So what should we expect at this conference tomorrow?
So at this conference tomorrow, so this conference normally is, we hold it every year. And last year, because of the outbreak in Ghana, we didn't have it. Okay. So this year, it's a mixture of in-person and virtual. So we'll have collaborators of WAC-BIP and WAC-BIP fellows, students, scientists presenting their work on COVID-19. There will be a special session on COVID-19 and also on other infectious diseases like malaria. So we'll have representatives from the Directorate of TIBA, that's an international consortium called Tackling Infections to Benefit Africa. WAC-BIP is one of the members of this consortium. We'll also have the director of WACCBIP, which is one of the first centers to start sequencing viruses in West Africa, which started during the Ebola outbreak. So they will be some of the keynote speakers at the conference. Okay. And basically we will be, like Andrew mentioned, the theme is how to build capacity and to learn lessons from this current pandemic and inform where policy and research directions should go in the future.
Okay, so this conference is not only about COVID-19, but also other non-communicable diseases like?
Other communicable diseases and non-communicable diseases, like cancer, like malaria, HIV/AIDS, borreliosa, sleeping sickness. You know, so the full gamut of research that we are doing at WAC-BIP. Of course, because of COVID-19, the focus has been on the work that we are doing on the virus, but we are still doing other work on other pathogens in Ghana.
Okay, and for the delegates who are supposed to be there, you're expecting 600 delegates from where?
Yes, so they are mostly, like Dr. Kwashi has said, they are mostly scientists who have peculiar interest in tackling infectious diseases and other neglected tropical diseases across the globe. To add to the list, we have scientists coming from the United States of America. For instance, one of our keynote speakers will be Professor Julian Rayner. Professor Rayner is the director for the Cambridge Medical Research Institute at the University of Cambridge. He will be one of our keynote speakers. And then we also have Professor Francisca Mutapi. She is the co-director of the Global Health Academy at the University of Edinburgh. She will also be in attendance, and she'll be delivering the first keynote speech. Beyond that, we have, like we said, it's going to take the form of a hybrid conference where we have people in person and also those joining us via the various social media platforms like YouTube and Facebook. So combined, we may even exceed the 600 participants that we're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you expect this conference to? What outcome should we expect from this conference?
So amongst the attendees at the conference will be obviously representatives of the Ghana Health Service and the government, and as well as other funders, other scientists. And what we hope to show alongside the theme of the conference is that even in the midst of this pandemic, we were able to achieve very good scientific output. And that is because of, prior to the pandemic starting, there was a sort of concerted effort by Western countries to build research capacity in Africa. And that is something that has, WACCBIP is one of the, I guess, beneficiaries of those initiatives. And that's how we were able to quickly mobilize and respond to this pandemic when it started. So we want to showcase that output that has been the result of that level of, I guess, level of engagement and level of investment. And that will also showcase what we are able to do at WACCBIP and at our partner institutes, and where we can go with the right investment, either through the government or through the public sector. And also showcase what we want to do in the future for this pandemic and also other diseases that we are working on.
There's been calls for Ghana to do our own research with regards to COVID-19, for instance, and put in place the right policies that can, address this pandemic and even future pandemics. I mean, policy-wise, what should we expect from this conference? Yeah,
so WACCBIP behind the scenes has been providing policy direction to the government by way of the sequencing that is happening and where government should actually direct the limited resources available. It is through the work that we do that informs government about the areas that they should be looking at in terms of, where vaccines should be deployed. Because it's through this sequencing that we get to know which segment of the population are at most risk and which segment of the population needs immediate attention and so on and so forth. So this alone kind of serves as an impetus to our fight, our collective fight against COVID-19. Let me quickly also add that since the outbreak of COVID, people have been looking at African countries' capacities at handling this pandemic. What has been African countries' contribution to vaccine development, for example. And that is where this conference wants to show the light or to draw people's attention to the fact that a lot has been going on here. And it is interesting, the first keynote speaker, Professor Francis Mutapi, will be speaking on the topic, how does African-led science look like in a pandemic? You understand? Very interesting topic, because a lot of people think that in Africa, as far as the pandemic is concerned, nothing is coming from Africa.
Okay.
And she's going to highlight or enumerate some of the things that or some of the contributions that have come from Africa as far as the fight against COVID is concerned.
It's quite interesting, and
yes,
we'll look forward
yes,
to having an it's a one-day discussion.
No, it's a 3-day conference.
3-day conference.
It's a 3-day conference starting tomorrow and ending on Friday.
Okay.
But that's the first keynote.
So if I want to join virtually, what do I do? So
we will be live on Facebook, WACCBIP UG on Facebook. You can look for us. And then we will also be on YouTube. That's University Ghana. Our YouTube channel is University Ghana, not University of Ghana.
Okay.
University Ghana.
And
that's
then
our
we
YouTube
can join.
channel. So you can follow us live throughout the 3 days on these social media platforms.
All right. We wish you all the best as your conference comes up, and thank you very much for that information. Dr. Peter Kwashi is with WAC-BIP. Andrew Muniru Nantoma is also Communication Manager with WAC-BIP.